Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to look at oil and natural gas and try to figure out what's going on. But again, I'll give you my financial opinion here. We'll take a look at the charts and we'll jump right in. So here's crude oil. Crude oil, I'm not going to say I thought it was going to go lower, but whenever you see these large down candlesticks like this, when we start to accelerate to the downside like that, and you get these little up days, be careful because this can continue lower. Now, we're getting a little wick on the bottom of this last candlestick, that guy right there, that little wick. And sometimes that is a reversal pattern, but we've got a lot of downside momentum. You're probably confused, similar to myself, on asking, how could our inventories continue to go down and the price of oil go down with it? Well, remember, the markets are forward looking, and sometimes they do not trade rationally, or maybe we're missing something in the short term. Again, the short term is the least reliable in terms of markets going up and down. So what I do is I try not to play the short term. I don't do it. I take that out of the mix. I try to time my purchases as best I can, and then I hold on for the big picture move. Now, what's the big picture move look like? It looks pretty good. This is the big picture move. But the short term sure does feel like a kick in the nuts. I get it. I'm still holding on to all my stuff. I'm not doing anything. I'm waiting for this to turn around. And I want to see some buying pressure before I want to buy back in. Now, here's a bullish engulfing right here. Sometimes these come all the way back to the beginning. And maybe this is all it mustered today. Again, I would not be banking on this for a turnaround point, but it very well could be. And why do I always use very well, could be, should have? Because that's what technical analysis is. It's probabilities. There is no 100% outcomes in this. The way that you increase your outcome, your likelihood of outcome, the probability of success goes up the longer the time frame you hold, so long that you're buying the assets that are undervalued. So you want to buy things that are cheap, and we use ratios to do that. But right now, we got some selling pressure today. Not a lot of, I don't see any news coming out saying why, and even if they did come out with news, you don't know if it's necessarily right. Here's natural gas. That's been pulling back. We're getting a little bit of consolidation. That's good. We'll see if this holds. Again, I'm just waiting. Let's get this momentum worked off. And we've got a lot of momentum to the downside in a lot of these stocks. And XOP, yeah, you know me, down again today. Again, I don't like this momentum and then a weak little bounce, and then we come back again. We might move around a while to work off this momentum. We're still sitting above a lot of these patterns. It still looks good from a long-term perspective, but we could come lower and do a retest of some of these support areas. Nothing's going to stop us from doing that. And I don't see too much support underneath us, so I think we're coming back to that white line there. And we've had a pretty good run already, guys. It's been going pretty good. So having a pullback like this and basically getting all the retail people out of it might be a good flush out. And then all of these companies, they're all doing roughly the same thing, which is selling off. And these pullbacks back here, 44%, 34%, we could very well have a pullback just like one of these. And I'd like to see another move up and a kind of a move lower. Get this momentum worked off, and it's coming on back. CDEV's pulling on back hard. CDEV's of incredible value. You look at the enterprise value in relationship to its free cash flow, it could be pretty nice value here. And here we are heading lower. And again, guys, I wouldn't jump in myself. I'm not jumping in front of this train. I'm just holding on. Crew Energy getting a little bit of a wick at the bottom, at least getting some support, some signs of buying life out there. CPE, this is a pretty strong closing lower. We could head all the way back to $35. Athabasca selling off. We could head back to $1.65. Reconnaissance Energy Africa. This is getting that bloody nose, bloody forehead. CPG, a lot of these guys, they got some pretty, double double-digit percent lower in a lot of them. CPG heading lower here. We've got Northern Oil and Gas heading lower. In the short term, GTE heading lower. We're looking for support lines going across. 90 cents might be a support line here. Tellurian getting sold off hard. This is a highly speculative company. So when these things sell off, they're going to sell off hard. We've got Pedevco right on support almost. Oasis selling off a little bit. We've got support in that general vicinity of where it's at. CRK selling off. We're kind of breaking through this first support line. That first support line is this guy through here. You have another support line coming below at $11. SD selling off, down 8%. The support line is down at 14. We've got Ring Energy selling off. That one's below support, I believe. There's the support line. And it's heading on back lower. Surge Energy. Let's take a big picture view of Surge. It is coming on back. We could be doing a retest here. Maybe that's what it wants to do. Volume is massive over here. My Lord. Tamarack Valley Energy selling off today. Again, we could come on back to this breakout of 275-ish. Crescent Energy selling back off. That one's got a lot more selling pressure there. That one's not looking too hot. Vermilion Energy right on support. A little bit below, we could sell back off. And then Meg Energy selling off a little bit there. The oil service companies, OIH is right on support. We got two support lines coming up, merging through. There they are right there. I'll do it on logarithmic. That's what I did this one on. But there's the support lines there. This does have a large selling pressure. We could pull back for a little bit. Again, guys, it could scare us out and we could all be wrong too. That's what happened to me. It scared me out of it last bull market. And I'm not going to do that this time. As long as the ratios are good, I'm holding on, irrespective of the technicals, irrespective of anything else. As long as the market conditions are good and ratios are good, I'm not going to, and the technicals look bad to some degree, short-term bad, not long-term bad. I'm going to hold on. That's my game plan. TTI moving sideways. Again, we're in this line of support, resistance, everything in that one. Rig pulling on back, and we could pull back further. It doesn't look too bad here when looking at it up close. The candlestick isn't huge. It's not like a ton of selling pressure. Pump looks like it's got a little bit more selling pressure here, guys. This could pull back further. EXTN, a little bit more selling pressure here. Valaris pulling on back, gap lower. We've got MMA Offshore actually going in the opposite direction. That one looks a lot better than everything else. Tidewater selling off. Next Year Oilfield Solutions, again, selling off. Not much really. It's not close to support or anything. We're just going lower. Going a little bit lower with a little bit of buying pressure in Clixy. CHX back to the bottom of the pattern there, or to the support line. Cactus Energy gapping lower right at support. 9 selling off. Again, some buying pressure came in later in the day. OII selling off, going lower. That could head lower, guys. Be careful there on OII. That could head a little bit lower. Noble Energy. Clicking buttons everywhere. Click, click, boom, boom. Noble Energy selling off today, breaking through that support line. So we could have a further pullback there. Getting Helix Energy Solutions selling off. Starting to fall below its support line, so we could go lower here. Very well. CGGYY heading lower. We've got Petrofac heading a little bit lower. We've got Diamond Offshore heading lower. And if we get back down to this level, I'd buy again myself if it were to get down there. And then everything in coal was down today as well. So selling pressure today, guys. That's what we got, and we are heading lower. You can see that even though the fundamentals are good, you can still get sold off, and maybe those fundamentals are changing. We'll have to see. we'll have to see what they show, and I'll do a clip on that as well when that data is released, and give you the opinion of other people too. But for the most part, these are undervalued companies. They've got massive cash flows. They're cash cows. Short term, though, we're getting the sell-off. And right now, the sell-off has a lot of momentum, and we got to wait for that momentum to work its way off. That's what I see, and that's what I think. If you guys like the analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Subscribe to the website if you want to become a member of the website. Support my work. I would obviously greatly appreciate that. It's in the description link below. The Platinum membership gets you question and answer sessions. On the weekend, I videotape it. I release them. You can watch the old ones. You can look at all the stuff I have posted on there. But ratio-wise, everything looks good. Short-term wise, everything looks bad. It's a lot of momentum to the downside, unfortunately. And this is what it feels like to be a commodity investor. You get these large swings, highly volatile, and a lot of people avoid commodities in general because of the volatility. But in order to get big returns, you have to live with the volatility, unfortunately. And that's what we've got. So, I'm riding it through. We'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.